Oke, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semuanya. Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to give you a general lecture, with a title Pharmacological Bioinformatics. Okay, it is a part of practical assistance, experimental pharmacology and toxicology one. Yeah, firstly, I would like to explain you about Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, we are living in the fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, an era in which technology is advancing faster than ever before, including artificial intelligence, automation, big data, and genomics. For pharmacy, this means two key changes. The first is drug research is evolving with AI, big data, powerful smart computing, and faster analytical methods. We can discover and develop new medicines more quickly than ever. The second one, patient care is transforming. With artificial intelligence, online services, and innovative health technologies, we can deliver care that is more personalized and efficient, convenient. If we fail to adapt, we risk becoming irrelevant. But if we embrace these tools, we have the opportunity to lead the future of healthcare innovation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, higher education must prepare graduates not only to survive, but to excel the industry 4.0. The traditional literacies, for example, reading, writing, and mathematics, actually remain essential. But today, we also need three new literacies. Okay, yeah. The first is data literacy, the ability to read, interpret, and use big data effectively. The second one, technology literacy, to understand artificial intelligence, coding, and the fundamentals of engineering. The last one, human literacies. For example, empathy, adaptability, creativity, and strong communication skills. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to explain about the concept of drug discovery and development. Drug discovery and development is the scientific process of identifying, designing, and developing safe and effective compounds as medicines, starting from the identification of biological targets to clinical trials and regulatory approval. This process involves early stage exploration, compound optimization, preclinical testing or preclinical trial, and clinical trials in humans before the drug can be marketed. There are five main stages of drug discovery. The first stage is pre-discovery stage. In this stage, basic research to understand disease mechanisms and identify therapeutic targets. The second stage is basic research to understand disease mechanisms and identify therapeutic targets. Searching for therapeutic molecules, small molecules and biologics, or other strategies that can treat and reduce disease symptoms. Number three, preclinical development stage, to evaluate the mechanism of action, toxicity, and efficacy using in vitro and in vivo models, as well as initiating formulation testings. The fourth stage, is clinical stage or clinical trial, conducting trials of drug candidates in humans. And the last one, approval and post-marketing stage. Yeah. Final evaluation by regulatory authorities, for example in Indonesia Badan POM, and then approval and post-marketing safety monitoring. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can imagine that, yeah, from start to finish, yeah, in the processes of drug discovery, this can take 10 until 15 years and cost over 1 billion US dollars. Okay, yeah, thinks about, yeah, one drug, yeah, 15 years, yeah, $1 billion, and still a high chance of failure. Okay, yeah. This is why new technologies, yeah, like bioinformatics are so valuable. Yeah. At present and the near future, ladies and gentlemen, pharmacological bioinformatics, yeah, will play a crucial role in accelerating the process of drug discovery and development. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we move to explanation of advanced clinical pharmacy. Yeah. I would like to explore advanced clinical pharmacy. Yeah. Advanced clinical pharmacy actually a vision of how pharmacy practice is evolving to meet the needs of modern healthcare. In this new era, pharmacies are not only dispensing medicines, but also delivering personalized, technology driven care that can improve patient outcomes. In the implementation of advanced clinical pharmacy, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, there are two tools. Yeah, there are two important tools. Okay, yeah, these are, yeah, technology literacy and big data. Yeah, this will enhance clinical pharmacy services by increasing productivity, simplifying simplifying access to care, and improving consumer experience. The coverage of advanced clinical pharmacy, there are, yeah, six, yeah, coverage of advanced clinical pharmacy. The first is telepharmacy, yeah, delivery of pharmaceutical care via telecommunications to patients in locations where they may not have direct contact with pharmacists. The second one, mental health care services. The importance of mental health will multiply in the future, and pharmacies will play an important role in providing mental health services, including screening, education, and preventive care. Okay, the next one, digital therapeutics and monitoring. Remote monitoring. Digital therapy and remote monitoring enable everything faster and easier medication delivery. Okay, next one, yeah, combination of physical and virtual services. Yeah, in this concept, patients can access products and service in the way most convenient for a patient. The next, yeah, artificial intelligence, AI automation. Yeah, this can improve productivity by empowering pharmacists, discovering efficiencies in services, helping optimization personalized prescriptions, reducing disruptions in revenue cycles and supply chains, and also can improve medication adherence. And the last one, precision medicine. Yeah, okay. In this implementation, disease treatment based on individual genomic data and DNA. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in this slide, yeah, I would like to invite you, yeah, learn together, yeah, about pharmacological bioinformatics, yeah. Pharmacological bioinformatics, yeah, is an interdisciplinary field that integrates pharmacology and bioinformatics, yeah, to understand drug mechanisms at the molecular level through computational technologies and large-scale biological data. Digital platforms for bioinformatics research in pharmacology encompass drug discovery, pharmacogenomics, network pharmacology, drug target analysis, and computational toxicology. Okay, uh, what are the applications of pharmacological bioinformatics in pharmacology and toxicology? Okay, ya. I would like to give you some examples of implementation of pharmacological bioinformatics in pharmacology and toxicology. Ya. Okay, the first in identification of molecular targets for herbal and synthetic drugs. Ya. Second example, ya, to predict side effects and toxicity before in vivo testing. Okay. Uh, Another example, pharmacogenetic analysis for individualized medicine, or personalized medicine. Okay, and the last example, in network pharmacology for multi-target compounds, common in phytopharmaceuticals. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, bioinformatics, plays a crucial role in modern pharmacology, particularly in drug target identification, side effect predictions, and the development of more precise therapies. Yeah, I think I recommend you to read an article with a title "What is the relevance of bioinformatics to pharmacology?" Published in the Journal of Trends in Pharmacological Sciences. Yeah, I think it is very good article for you all. Yeah, you can read this article, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, uh, yeah, there are many functions of pharmacological bioinformatics. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the first function, pharmacological bioinformatics, in drug target identification and validation. Okay, also useful in virtual screening and molecular docking. Yeah, network pharmacology and pathway analysis. Yeah, and also can use to study pharmacogenomics and personalized medicine. Okay, and also useful in toxicology and ADMET prediction. Yeah, ADMET uh, is administration, distribution, metabolism, excretion, and toxicology. Okay, and also can be used in omics data analysis. Yeah, genomics, transcriptomics, proteomics, and also in AI, ML based drug discovery platforms. And you can, how to say, see here that there are a lot of digital platform in the area of pharmacological bioinformatics that we can use in certain purpose, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I would like to explain you, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, there is another article that that is very interesting, for us, ladies and gentlemen. It is yeah the role of pharmacological bioinformatics in drug discovery and development, and the title is Network Pharmacology Based Virtual Screening of Active Constituents of Prunella vulgaris and the Molecular Mechanisms Against Breast Cancer. Yeah, yeah. If we read this paper, ladies and gentlemen, everything conducted in this research, in this study, using computer, using digital platform, okay, using digital platform, you can see in the figure, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yeah, in the study, the author researcher used some approach. The first is a network pharmacology used to identify potential bioactive compounds and their target proteins. Okay, and also use virtual screening, yeah, to predict compound target interactions and also molecular docking and pathway enrichment analysis. Okay, yeah, this one is a digital platform also, yeah, to understand the mechanism of action, yeah, compounds, yeah, of Prunella vulgaris. Yeah, from the study, network pharmacology combined with virtual screening is an effective approach for identifying promising drug candidates from natural products. In this context, Prunella vulgaris. Yeah, second example, the implementation of yeah, pharmacological bioinformatics, yeah, is in our study, yeah, maybe 2 years ago, yeah, we conducted uh, riset, ya, entitled pharmacokinetic profile study of benzylidine cyclopentanos analog of curcumin using in silico ADME modeling and in vitro study, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yeah, from this study, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we predicted, yeah, pharmacokinetics, yeah, using artificial intelligence, yeah. For example, open online servers, ya, Swiss Admi, Admit Lab 2.0, Admit SAR, ya, and etc. Okay, there were two things, yeah, that we studied, yeah, in this study, yeah. The first is interaction with the target in ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. And then, yeah, we studied using molecular docking. Okay. The second one, study on substrate metabolism. Okay, yeah. Using molecular docking studies, yeah, we investigate, yeah, metabolism profile of curcumin. Okay, and we propose predicted metabolism of curcumin and analogs, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, curcumin analog, yeah, in this study. Yeah, this one, yeah, online servers, yeah, digital platform that we use in this study, yeah, Swiss Admin, this one you can access, yeah. Okay, this one, key features of Swiss Admin. Yeah. Yeah, another digital platform, yeah, web based platforms, yeah, and this one AdMedLab 2.0. Okay, this one, yeah. Okay, this one K menus of yeah, AdMedLab 2.0. Yeah, we already published in, yeah, international conference and proceeding, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, yeah. This one. Yeah, this one is second publication, yeah. Yeah. Okay, references. Thank you very much, ya. Terima kasih, ya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.